My name's GuyKesTV and I've been a professional bike and test kit reviewer for almost 25 years. But today, this is the most expensive bike that I've, unblanketed, unveiled, shall we say, for GKTV. Haven't ridden it yet, but under here is a pound short of £10,000 worth of Santa Cruz Heckler X01 RSV spec. So, obviously, big news. Santa Cruz getting into the e-bike market caused a fair bit of controversy because they kind of, I don't know if they ever did say they weren't getting into it, but anyway, they have. That was the perception from some people. But anyway, they have. So, obviously, wearing the Bronson shirt here. This bike is based on very firmly around the Bronson. So 27.5 wheels, 160mm fork, 150mm rear travel. Again, some people saw that as a bit of a backward step because, oh, well, everybody's going at 29er now. But just in terms of popularity, Bronson is Santa Cruz's most popular bike model and still is. And just going off the videos on my YouTube channel, combined, the live ride review and the unboxing have got 95,000 hits on YouTube in terms of views. Whereas the Hightower, which is the 150mm travel 29er, less than half that, 42,000. So either people prefer, a bit of cheeky trail up on the North York Moors to Ilkley Moor, I don't know. But there are good reasons why Santa Cruz went with the Heckler platform as the basis for their e-bike. Because 27.5 is a lighter format, it's a more poppy, agile format, which when you're trying to keep some life, keep that kind of trademark Santa Cruz involvement in a bike, then maybe go with the wheel size that gives you that more agility, gives you more more fun, arguably. And because it's powered, because you've got this Shimano Steps 8000 series motor in there, rolling speed maybe isn't an issue. Like I say, I haven't tested this yet. Well, that's all to come. So we'll just have to see how it plays out on the trail. But going back around to the, again, Shimano Steps motor, that's been around since, I think, 2016 now, certainly early 2017. There's more recent motors from Bros, there's more recent motors from Bosch. And if you look at it on paper, 70 Newton meters torque compares to 75 for the new Bosch and 90 for a Bros, which is in the Turbo Levo Specialized. So again, you could almost see that as a, they've almost missed the boat. And, Shimano bringing out a new motor in, later this year, well, it's planned to anyway, with Shimano launches and availability. You're never quite sure when you actually are going to get the real thing. But what you have got is an exceptionally well-proven system. It's also quiet. We're going to look at the details later, but the integration of it is really, really neat. It's reliable. It's because it's Shimano. They really do their own work before they bring anything out. And it works. It's a really good, solid, proven working system. And you've got to remember that Santa Cruz, although the colours look funky and they've kind of got this, their image is amazing. But until recently, they were very, very conservative in what they did. I mean, they've only gone to relatively radical geometry on their last generation of bikes. They've only recently gone to post mounts on their brakes. They were IS mount for ages because it was a more proven system. They're often quite conservative in how they approach things. So that's the point I'm trying to get across here. So, what are we looking at here? We'll just do a general overview and then I'll get into grab the camera and get into some details on it. Like I say, reach 465 on this large. The big news compared to the Bronson is, the Bronson only goes up to XL. This goes up to XXL, so you can get a super long, super big bike if you want it. In terms of the rest of the geometry, the seat angle is a little bit steeper on this. It's a 76-degree seat angle as opposed to a 75.5. And the rear end, obviously, to fit the motor in there, takes up a bit more space on the bottom of the bottom bracket. But it's still pretty short. It's 445 chainstay compared to 430 on the Bronson. That just makes the wheelbase a little bit longer. So it's 1237 on this large, whereas it's 1215 on the Bronson. So that's the bike in its entirety. Now I'm just going to grab the camera and pull in and look at some details on it. So, as I say, this is the X01 RSV spec, and X01, obviously, because it's SRAM X01, so you've got a 1050 cassette on there, SRAM Eagle chain, SRAM X01 shifter, and rear mech. RSV, because you're getting Santa Cruz reserve rims. Almost indestructible, as demonstrated by Danny McCaskill, custom made, unique to Santa Cruz rim with these little spoke hole pontoons on there. So super tough rim. So what you're getting on this bike is a mix of the reserve DH on the back, so the strongest of the reserve rims on the rear end, where it's obviously going to take more abuse, and then on the front you are getting standard reserve 30 rim. So still super tough rim, still lifetime warranted, but a little bit lighter on the front where it's going to take less hammer, and then super strong on the back where the most of the punishment is going to go through on this bike. I mean, to be fair, it's not massively heavy, 21, 25 on my scales for this medium. So, pretty reasonable weight. It's a compromise. It's a compromise between low weight, whereas, on a Levo SL, you're looking around 300 watt hours for the battery, or on the top end Levo, you're looking around 700 watt hours. So this kind of sits right bang in the middle there. It's less than a Bosch, and it's less powerful than a Bosch, less powerful than the Bros. It is designed to be an agile and poppy bike, so really looking forward to getting it out on the trail. I mean, I have wandered off course. Minion DHR2 on the back, it's 3C, it's Max Terra, it's Exo Plus protection, so you've got a bit more sidewall protection in there over a standard Exo tyre. Again, that suits the tougher, well, the fact it is having to cope with more weight, and you're likely to hit stuff harder on an e-bike. Moving back down the frame, you've got these, excellent chain guard here, fully ribbed, rubberized, masses of rubber protection around there. You've got protection there. You've got paint protection just from the chain slap there. You've got a little mud guard over the back of the shock there, where it drives through drives through this straddling seat tube. That's the lower linkage of the VPP, that big section there, really big, tough alloy lower linkage for the VPP suspension. And then coming over this side, that's your vertical linkage coming off the top tube to, give you that full 150 mil of travel. All bikes come with a Super Deluxe Ultimate shock. So again, top of the range rock shocks. Damper in there. They use rock shocks now on all their the new layout, where you've got this shock sat down above the belly of the bike and the new linkage at the back. Obviously down here you've got that Shimano Steps 8000 motor and the Shimano Holotech crank, and then just in here, that's your on button. Yep, there we go. So, out the way, you're not going to hit that accidentally. And then your battery, your 504 watt hour battery, is sat inside the down tube here. Again, carbon mainframe, and then you access it. It's all Allen key accessed, and the whole thing just drops out of there. So, you can remove it nice and easy to charge it, and but also you can charge it in situ as well. Then on here, you've got Code RSC brakes, so SRAM's most powerful brake, and you've got 200mm rotors front and rear, so tons of stopping power there. The fork is a 36 Performance Elite, so you're still getting a Grip 2 damper up the top with low and high speed compression, and 36mm legs, so plenty of stiffness, and it's the e-bike chassis, so it's a slightly heavier but stiffer and stronger chassis on this particular fork. The only thing you're not getting compared to a factory is the gold legs. Over on the far side, we have got the lever for the reverb, and I've just come around to this side of the bike now, because just to show you, if you slide the grips off, you can see these are Santa Cruz's specific Di2 handlebars. So you've actually got cable groove and routing, so the cable from that button there, the actuator button for the motor, actually slides back inside the bar all the way through here, and then pops out at the display there. So it's a really nice clean cockpit, and that flicks you through, from your eco to your trail to your boost. And you've got a neat little plastic port there for the internal cable routing, and obviously typically for Santa Cruz, frame is fully lifetime warranted, and the bearings is lifetime warranted as well as the wheels. So although you are paying a lot of money, I mean, like I say, just a quid shy of £10,000 this bike, and if you went for the Axis bike, that's actually another £2,000 on top of this. But you are, you're getting that great kind of Santa Cruz support. You're getting a Santa Cruz name, which counts for a lot of people. And don't forget, VPP in its current low shock format is without doubt one of the best suspension systems around, especially with this RockShox Super Deluxe Ultimate Shock in the heart of it. You know, in terms of what it gives you in terms of kind of pop under power, but with that big hit capability and just great cornering support and traction. That balance is, you know, it's one of the best around. So that's the detailing. I've kind of already done the overview. And just going back to price, I mean, compared to other bikes, kind of in a similar category, I mean, with the reserve wheels on, it's hard to compare it to other bikes. But if you look at the CCS spec, which comes with race face alloy wheels and a similar suspension spec, you're talking £7,699 in the UK. So compared to the Turbo Levo Expert Carbon, you know, very similar spec from Specialized, but that gets the Bros motor and it gets a larger capacity battery. That's 7,249. So, you know, 450 quid difference. And just compared to a conventional Bronson in the same spec as this, you're looking at 6,599. So again, £3,500 or £3,400 cheaper than this Heckler. So there's no doubt this is a premium bike. So the obvious question I need to answer is, does it ride like a premium bike? And, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see, because current restrictions mean, you know, they don't want me flashing about on the trail just yet. But, you know, I love the Bronson, so hopefully a powered Bronson will still be a ton of fun. Anyway, thank you very much for your time watching. If you're not already subscribing, subscribe to the channel, please. Click for notifications so you get to see the fresh videos. There's tons more of these unveiling kind of unboxing things coming up, as well as some test videos as well. Please share the video if you like what I'm doing. If you really like what I'm doing, please consider joining these fabulous people who support me on my Patreon channel, and they get extended, exclusive and behind the scenes edits and some other perks for a small monthly fee for supporting the channel and letting me create videos like this. But anyway, I've been GuyKesTV, this has been GuyKesTV, and I've been talking you through Santa Cruz's Heckler CC X01 Reserve.